Tonight, we're venturing into a place where the shadows don't just follow you, they have a life of their own. We're dissecting one of the most chilling urban legends whispered in the darkest corners of the internet, the story of the Shadow Watcher. Is it just a creepy tale, or is there a deeper, more terrifying truth hiding just out of sight? The story begins in a place that feels unsettlingly familiar, a quiet cartoon town blanketed in a heavy, silent fog. Picture a small boy, all alone under a single, flickering streetlight. It's the only source of light in a sea of darkness, a tiny island of safety. But then, with a sudden buzz and a pop, it goes out. Absolute silence falls, the kind of quiet that makes the hairs on your arms stand up. And that's when the whisper comes. Cold, dry sound from right behind him. If you hear your name, don't turn around. The boy freezes, his heart pounding in his chest. And then the whisper comes again, louder this time, twisting his own name into a chilling invitation. As we zoom into his terrified eyes, a long and natural shadow stretches out behind him, and the screen cuts to black. A simple message appears: some shadows are alive. This opening is a masterclass in psychological horror. It doesn't rely on jump scares, but on the primal fear of the unknown, of being watched by something you can't see. The warning is specific and terrifyingly personal. It's not about a monster you can fight, it's about a rule you must follow, or face the consequences. This taps into our deep-seated fear of being hunted, of a predator that knows us intimately. It knows our name. The visual of the shadow stretching out confirms our worst fear. The threat is real, and it's right behind him. The story continues as the boy, now completely unnerved, starts walking home through the desolate streets. The true genius of the narrative begins to unfold here. Every house he passes, every window, slowly lights up as he approaches, and then just as slowly goes dark as he moves on. It's as if the entire town is watching him, holding its breath. But the real horror is in the reflections, in the murky puddles on the sidewalk, in the dark glass of a shopfront. He catches glimpses of a figure, a tall, distorted shadow man, always there, just over his shoulder. Yet, every time he whips his head around to confront it, there's nothing, just empty, silent streets. With each glance away, the reflection shows the figure getting closer, more defined, its presence more oppressive. This part of the legend is brilliant because it plays on the concept of peripheral vision and the feeling that something is just at the edge of your sight. It makes the world itself a source of terror. The reflections aren't just showing what's there, they're showing what's really there, a truth hidden from direct view. The shadow isn't just following, it's toying with him, making him question his own sanity. Is he seeing things? Or is he the only one who can see this entity? This isolates the victim completely, trapping him in a reality that no one else can perceive. In a blind panic, the boy sprints into the first shelter he can find, an old, abandoned house. As soon as he's inside, the heavy front door slams shut on its own, followed by every other door in the house, sealing him in. The trap is sprung. And then, the shadow finally speaks, its voice no longer a whisper but a resonant, chilling statement that echoes in the dusty air. You noticed me. Now I can follow you forever. The entity, once a mere follower, is now a confirmed stalker, bound to him by the simple act of being seen. The shadow begins to crawl, defying gravity, slithering across the walls, the ceiling, the floor, surrounding him from all sides. The lights flicker violently, strobing between pitch blackness and blinding light, revealing the horrifying, fluid motion of the shadow. The boy's scream is the last thing we hear before the chaos. This climax transforms the fear from a subtle dread into an inescapable nightmare. The rule is revealed. Noticing the shadow is what gives it power. It feeds on awareness. The house, a symbol of safety, becomes a cage. The shadow's ability to move on any surface signifies its omnipresence. There is literally nowhere to hide. The line, "Now I can follow you forever," is the ultimate sentence. It's not about death, it's about an eternity of being haunted, a fate for worse. The flickering lights are a classic horror trope, but here they serve to disorient both the character and the audience, making the shadow's movements even more chaotic and terrifying. But the story doesn't end there. We cut to the next morning. The sun is shining, birds are chirping, and the town looks perfectly normal, peaceful even. It's as if the nightmare never happened. We see another child happily walking under that very same streetlight from the beginning of the story. And then, the final chilling blow. Behind this new, unsuspecting child, a familiar long shadow begins to appear on the pavement. The screen fades to black with one last haunting message: it never leaves, it only waits. This ending is what elevates the legend from a scary story to truly unforgettable horror. It confirms that the entity wasn't defeated. It's a permanent fixture of this world. The cycle is destined to repeat. The Shadow Watcher is a patient predator, and its hunting ground is the everyday world, hidden in plain sight. It's not a monster tied to one person, it's a curse waiting for its next host. The true horror isn't what happened to the first boy, it's the certainty that it will happen again and again. It leaves us with a lingering sense of unease, making us glance over our own shoulders, wondering what might be waiting in the shadows, just waiting for us to notice it. So, what do you think? Is the Shadow Watcher just a ghost story, or a warning? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into the darkness, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, so you don't miss our next exploration of things that go bump in the night. Thanks for watching.